LinkedIn is pretty amazing at helping you grow your small business. We cannot stop your new clients from emailing you at 3 a.m. We can help you sell, market, and hire in one place. We cannot help you be in 3 places at once. And while we can't help you organize your calendar, LinkedIn can help you land more clients so you have a calendar to organize. Grow your small business on LinkedIn. Learn more at linkedin.com/smallbusiness.
Welcome to the RuPaul's Drag Race Recap Show for All-Star Season 11, Episode 6, titled Too Many Daddies, which I just realized right now. That makes a lot of sense with you. My name's Joe Batance, and I am joined, as always, by our very own Latin Leche Alliance Peck. Give it up for Mr. Roberto Mata. Hello, Robert.
You're my Peck.
I actually think, you were toying around with this in Just Between Us Girls. And I should have said something then. I found that whole thing just... I'm talking from an audio standpoint. Just from the sound. It was almost the word moist. It was making me cringe. I didn't like it at all.
Oh, it's too juicy.
I heard
for you.
I heard someone saying that's their new vocal stim on Reddit. And I was like, no, that's awful. Anyway, by the way, Robert and I had a very lengthy conversation over at Just Between Us Girls. We hit on a lot of topics. It wasn't as heavy as it usually gets with Dr. Taylor the Latte Boy DDS, but it was a worthy conversation nonetheless. We talked about Pokemon. We talked about Little Alien Gonzalez. We talked about Drake Vaughn, the porn star. We talked about Robert getting his big reveal was he had a 2-pack of Pokemon that went his way or something.
I mean, that's a standard rap sheet for us. We hit gay porn, Pokemon, random LA gay things.
Tell me something better than me and new. Taylor talking about Disneyland for 15 minutes.
Well, he seems to be having a great time. I saw a bunch of pictures posted.
Oh yeah, I know. I saw that too. I've seen the videos. It's almost like he's throwing it in my face that he's not here.
Well, I actually kind of feel bad for him because I feel like this is a really fun episode to recap. A lot happened. Mm-hmm. Whereas last week, that was kind of the pits, girl. I was so bored.
Yeah. A lot. You know what? Honestly, because we're kind of getting into the show, but remember, let's talk about it now. It's the fucking show, I'll also forget. I will forget later. I'm like, oh, I never finished my thought. I hear myself all the time going, like, I never finished this thought. What I was going to say is, this is exactly the kind of messiness and drama the producers envisioned when they created this point thing. Yeah. And I know one might point to Mistress Isabel Brooks, but that seemed more like manipulating the system. This was more like an attempt to manipulate the system, failed miserably and spectacularly, and everybody enjoyed it nonetheless. Patreon.com/AfterThoughtMedia. This week, the Slapping Library is open for the final episode of Bracket 2. For the Maxi Challenge, the girls must perform a makeover for some gay daddies. On the main stage, Selena S, Titties, and Vivacious were named the top 2 All-Stars of the week, forcing them to face off in a lip-sync battle for the extra point. Later, Selena earned that extra point, which tied her up in the lead. During the final point distribution, alliances were broken and dreams were shattered. In the end, Crystal Methyd and Silky Nutmeg Ganache were the final 2 queens, moving on to the semifinal. Well, they're not the final 2 queens. They were final 2 queens, and they were the top 2 queens in this bracket, and now they're moving on to the semifinals. Robert, name 2 things you liked about the episode and 1 thing you did not.
One thing I liked about the episode was Vivacious getting her win.
Yes.
She didn't have enough points to move on to the semifinals, but I'm still glad she had a moment in the sun.
Yeah.
In her confessional where she's like, oh my God, exactly. It was just a very nice little joyous moment, I think. And since it's Pride, I think we deserve some queer joy.
Okay, yes.
And my second reason was that I am happy that there was finally a reason to spend $2.99 on an episode of Untucked and watch some more of this shit.
Yeah, because I was discouraging you from paying for it, which thank God I didn't because I couldn't pull the audio. But so it was worth it. You did not regret it.
Well, actually, also realized that it was on Paramount Plus for free because I'm subscribed.
Oh,
so.
you didn't know? I thought you. Okay, I
So my $2.99 is saved, girl. All is well.
Okay.
I'm gonna spend it on my Pokemon card game later.
I assumed the reason you had to buy it was because you had bought the season.
No, in my mind I was thinking regular season where I buy the seasons, but of course, yeah, I have the Paramount Plus sub for All Stars. I had forgotten that.
You know what's so funny is, and I guess this might be a plug for some people, but currently I think because of because of Gay Pride Month, Apple TV is running a bunch of sales on RuPaul's Drag Race content. What's funny is I have, in terms of the flagship series, I have all the seasons I want. I'm not buying anything past 12. I regret I bought 12, right?
I like 12.
Okay, but I don't have.
It's not exactly a comfort watch because then I see Sherry and Widow and her evil, gleamy eyes.
Yeah. So, but anyway, but 13 through 18, which are on sale for $9.99 each, I have no desire to buy any of those seasons. Okay. Then, what I'm hoping for, and they haven't put on sale, is Untucked. But I don't even think a lot of them are available.
Some of it's like hard to find, particularly season 4 Untucked.
I own season 4 Untucked, I believe. I could be, if not, Nami Harder, Patreon member to the stars. He has access to all of them, and whenever I need them, gives me access.
Yeah, but I have them all purchased on my Amazon account, at least through I think I probably stopped buying around season 14, 15.
A lot of those early seasons, everyone should know, if they come up for sale, you should buy them because they go in and out because of weird especially season 4, licensing and clearance issues that they had with that season. Because I will say, if you look at the lip sync for your life songs in season 4, it is insane.
Born This Way, Vogue, You Make Me Feel.
So you should buy. I snatched it up. I remember we couldn't get season 4 for a long time, and when it went on sale, we snatched it up. But anyway, so a lot of those are on sale right now. But I own all the seasons that I want.
Do you work for World of Wonder?
I wish I did.
Are they going to run you a check for this segment?
Yeah, I wish I did because they wouldn't put up all this stupid shit that they do.
What if they send a cease and desist?
I would be like, give me a check and I will stop it right now.
Great leverage, girl. Anyway, so one thing I did not like about this episode was, I don't think the show had any way of knowing this, really. I mean,
by the way, I was watching TMZ Live.
Okay, it's good.
And
did you see a special boy on it?
Oh, wait, Robert messaged me and Christian. So everyone should know Robert works at TMZ now, right? And
producer.
Robert sent me this message to me and Christian. He was like, "Oh my God, look at what the girlies are saying about me online. They're insulting me." And they're like, "Robert's shirt is too tight." I'm like, "Why?"
I did not say they're insulting me. I was laughing at it.
I was like, "Why do they even know your name?"
Because everyone's characters, you know.
Oh, so you appear on screen and they talk to you?
Not commonly, because it is kind of my job as the line producer, like keeping things, you know, fucking online. It's kind of my job to not be a character, but unfortunately, your boy's a little effusive, so it's difficult to not be. So.
Anyway, there's like a short, fat guy, Mexican guy with a beard, and I'm like, oh wait, there's room for everybody apparently at TMZ.
And by the way, I'm not. You and Eric would girl the fuck out about musical theater. He always has the tea.
I am not insulting Eric. I'm saying there's room for an old faggot like me. Why can't I be on there going to the beach?
Well, maybe your audience should listen to Just Between Us Girls and they can witness your interview herself.
There you go. Anyway, you were saying the thing you didn't like.
Yeah, is it really? I mean, Nicki Minaj has been problematic for a while, like with her, you know, like her pedophile brother and all these other things. But so I've been looking forward to Super Bass since I've started seeing drag queens lip sync because.
Oh, was that your No More Tears?
I think so, because like I know that it's like, who cares about Robert Lord, but Pink Friday was the album that was always on at the gay parties when I started going out with other gay people. So it's like the backtrack to like my baby gay life. And I've always fucking loved Super Bass, and therefore I wanted to see it done. But then they do it on this episode after Nicki Minaj's Trump turn, and it's like, ugh, like this is what I wanted, but it's over.
When was the Trump turn? Because they filmed this in like May, early June of last year. So when was the Trump thing?
It was after that. So which is why I'm saying, like, I know that they couldn't necessarily have known this given the space-time continuum, but ultimately, which I'm referencing a lot today, it's just not as joyous an occasion as I want. Like, I fucking love super bass. I love when Sue Sylvester does it as well. And also, like, when in school, there was this like little unassuming white girl who you would never guess knows any lyric to anything but a T Swift song. But if you dropped the first line of super bass, she would run through the whole thing perfectly. And I miss you, Vanessa. I'd love to see you again. If you're listening, text me.
Come back home, baby.
I want you to come back home, baby. So I had the same complaint also when they did what was the song? The Ariana Grande song, We Can't Be Friends. So there's a lyric in Super Bass that is very much made for a lip sync on Drag Race. It's like, sigh, sickening eye. I can tell that you're in touch with your feminine side. Oh, they just skipped that in the lip sync cut, and I don't know why.
Diego, can you make sure that I pull the audio of Robert doing that? Thank you.
You should have the audio of Vanessa doing it.
Vanessa Fanti Mateo?
Oh, no. She's another one of those queens who yells for abso no reason.
So, all right. Well, very good. I'm just going to run through mine. Even I always do. Taylor's the one that forces me to do it. But I will say, you know what? And I have complicated thoughts on this that I'll get into in the episode. But on a very basic level, I did love seeing this fucking cunt Selena get her comeuppance. You know, her cup runneth over with the comeuppance multiple times.
The Meet the Queens episode in my like very targeted direct exhaustion with her, I think perhaps I've treated you too harshly, Selena S. Titties. I kind of lived.
Well, that's where my complicated thoughts come in. Not theory, just thoughts. And that'll be later in the episode. But I did love to see it.
Well, she started the episode off by crying already. Some solid bookends there.
Look, here's what I'll say, and this is where it comes to, is as much as we love to see it, and as much as I think it's very genuine, I don't think it's like this part is on for show. Props to you, mama, for giving us some good TV. Like
finally some good fucking food.
Yeah,
say the oft-repeated meme.
She kept us fed, right? She kept us fed. Because, you know, bravo. But the other thing, effing bravo, a show that, and I'm not even being funny when I say this, and I don't know why, just yesterday I was like, you know, because of gay pride and all this nonsense, we're coming up a little short on content because the hosts are all over the world. You know, oh, by the way.
Drag is all over the world. Why are these all coming to me?
Okay, so here's a weird story. This is a short episode, everybody, so don't worry. So I
have a lot of notes.
Do you really? Okay, so I'll keep it brief. I don't want to get too into this, but I was talking to somebody who's getting a divorce in another country. I'll just say that. And she was telling me that she learned that people act one way. So she met this guy here in the U.S., then they went back to his country when they got married. And girl, if I told you the country, you would gag.
I'm just laughing at the sentence. I was talking to a friend who's getting a divorce in another country. It's such a weird combination of words, but please.
And if I told you the country, you would gag, right?
Can you text it to me, Pliff?
I'll just say it and then I'll bleep it. Anyway.
God, of course.
Yeah. So, but she was talking about how she met him here, and that she's come to learn from talking to other people is that when you meet someone in one country and you fall in love in a relationship, and then you with them to their original country, they're completely different people, right?
Y'all ain't heard of Vacation Love?
Exactly. What was it? I don't know. I think he was living here for work, but then they moved back when they got married. So anyway, this Nathan Patrick Brown has been so mean to me while he's been in New York. Guys, I know you wouldn't believe me.
The spirit of New York has possessed him.
Yes. He's become a New Yorker. The fucking
hell no.
Wheels down on the tarmac, and she has been. You know what? Nathan Patrick Frown.
That's so stupid.
That's his new name. Nathan Patrick
I know
Frown.
He's out there living his Glee fantasy. I see you, girl.
She is living the Glee fantasy, mama. Right? And I was like so excited that he was in the U.S. and I called him on his first day. Well, the second day, not the day he
welcoming him to the country from 2,500 miles away.
Yeah. I was like, welcome to the country. I'm too far away, but I'm 3 hours behind you. But, and I was talking. Then one day I called him. I go, well, what are you doing? It is the next day, a day or two later. I'm excited. And he's like, oh, just sitting in Central Park. And I was like, oh, okay. And I'm talking to him. And then he blows me off. And he's like, okay, thanks, bye. Like, and I was like,
he's off to pieces.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I gotta go. Okay. And so I haven't called him since. And she has not called or texted since. And by the way, it was a perfectly normal conversation. I think so. It's gonna be a very awkward rumor mill when he comes back.
Well, it'll be in a New York minute.
Yeah.
What are Ashley and Mary Kate up to?
When they throw the chicken in the guy's tip box.
That is
the black
such a fucking hilarious clip. It sends me to the moon. Speaking of, regarding April Carry-On, do you still want some chicken leg?
Oh, girl. You don't think that she's hot?
Oh, she totally is. Yeah, and she has those oiled up arms during her confessionals. I'm like, work it, girl. I see you too.
You know, that's the thing.
I want some chicken leg now.
By the way, I just saw this Raven on the red carpet for Stop That Train.
I thought that was Lisa Rinna.
Girl, don't insult Lisa Rinna that way.
And you know I love Lisa Rinna.
Okay. And I just saw her, and they were all, whoever this outlet was so proud of themselves, asking all these people if RuPaul, the next movie should be RuPaul biopic. I'm like, no one wants to see that.
No.
Right?
Sorry, I do not need to hear about the Brewster Projects anymore.
Yeah. And by the way, there were no Brewster Projects. She grew up in like San Diego and then moved to Georgia with her sister. Okay.
That's literally my life story.
I know it is. And then got mad because her friends had a hit song, so she decided to make a hit song, which I guess does fuel a lot of artists, but whatever.
Was that Crystal Waters?
No, she was friends with the Groove is in the Heart. They were in the same
D-Light.
Yeah, D-Light. They were in the same and when they had that hit song, she was like, fuck that. I want a hit song. And then that's when Supermodel came out. Right?
Well, then she's so angelic a character then because they had Asia O'Hara and the Vixen lip sync to that song in season 10.
Yeah, and I think they're still friends, but I think that was what motivated her. What's funny is in the old before there was like a middle ground before she got too self-aware, but when she would do this What's the Tea with Rue and Michelle, she would spill the backstory very honestly, I feel.
I loved What's the Tea.
Yeah.
Until I would listen to it driving home from my consultant job. I'd be like, this gay shit's keeping me alive. Oof.
Yeah. No, I will say when there weren't 100,000 commercials, they were doing a good job in spilling the tea and feeding the children and whatnot.
Yeah, I was
I always remember my favorite fucking moment. My favorite moment was I think maybe it was their first one back after a break, and Michelle's talking about what she did for the summer, and she took the kids here and took the kids there. Because what's funny when I say this, I don't think RuPaul was trying to be funny. I think she was being totally genuine and serious.
Oh, she don't know those kids' names.
Yeah, she was
the one with the depression.
Yeah, the one with the depression.
The one who tried to kill herself.
She was like, I remember the pause, and she was like, "What's with you and these fucking kids?" And I was like,
she should have said that during this Daddies makeover episode.
She really should have. Anyway. I don't even know what we were talking about. Oh, April Carry-On.
We literally haven't even started the recap.
Who cares? Who cares? These are the kinds of shows that I love. These are the kind of shows that I live for.
Episode.
It's still going to be a short episode.
I'm going to get through these notes one way or another. I wrote them.
This week, the slapping line. Oh, I reread that part. We did that. Okay, after the previous episode, the girls walk back into. We haven't taken a break. Let's take a break here. We're going to take a break here. When we come back,
we're going to talk.
I am. Yeah, you know what? I better go and edit myself and say that, and then Robert's gonna send me a copy of my own show, and then I'm like, sounds fine, no notes,
because you sound pure of heart.
Yeah, pure heart, all right. There was something pure. It wasn't the heart.
For men.
Robert said crack is whack, and we moved on.
I would agree.
Yeah.
Did you see that Hunter Biden tweet where he's like, "That's not a crack pipe. A crack pipe does not have a bowl at the end. Get it right and get it tight."
This is what everyone's talking about.
Everything's on the table.
This is what champions come to take. This is what everyone came to see.
And the slam!
No do-overs. No second chances. No more Mr. Nice Guy. This is winner take all. The NBA Finals continue on ABC and the ESPN app.
This episode is brought to you by Tidy Cats, here to level up your litter game with their new Performance Plus lineup. Your home is your happy place. Your cats, VIPs. So when it comes to the litter box, excellence isn't optional. Choose from products that specialize in max power clumping, low tracking, or odor fighting so advanced, stink won't see it coming. Tidy Cats Performance Plus. Mission mighty, keep it tidy. Shop now at tidycats.com.
Hey guys, I found the only gift that Dad wants this Father's Day. Goldbelly. Goldbelly ships the most iconic foods from the best restaurants across the country straight to his door for free. Let him relax and enjoy award-winning barbecue from Texas, epic deep dish pizza from Chicago, or colossal pastrami sandwiches from New York. Make Dad feel like an absolute legend this Father's Day and go to goldbelly.com to get 20% off your first order with promo code DAD. That's goldbelly.com, code DAD.
By the way, I was on X
By
slash
what
Twitter.
way?
I don't know. I was on X slash Twitter this morning, beating off. I'll just be honest with you. And
thank you for that.
There was discussion of Hunter Biden. I guess, I don't know if this is old or new. I don't know. You can't tell on these social media things about his dick pics, right?
Yeah,
and
I read something in that general sphere, yeah.
Somebody said that he had like the ultimate boyfriend dick. And I got to tell you something. I live for boyfriend dick. I don't need a big one. I don't mind small ones, but I don't mind big ones, but I'm just saying, I remember there was this guy.
Thank you, Goldilocks.
That he was a trick. He really did have the ultimate boyfriend dick. And I told him, I go, you have boyfriend dick. It is chef's kiss. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome.
After the previous episode, the girls walked back into the workroom to discuss D-drag and distribute points. Once again, the bottom four swap points. This angers Selena, who was hoping for an extra point from Aura Mayari, despite the alarming fact that Selena was planning to betray her alliance with Aura. Let's stop right here. Let's talk about this point distribution and all the wackadoo shit that happens here. What were your thoughts here?
I love that Vivacious just basically guaranteed a quid pro quo agreement and got a point out of it. I was like, okay, cool. Well, you know, if points are flying wild like stars in Mario Party, you might as well guarantee yourself at least one. So cheers to Vivacious for that. And then I mentioned this earlier in the episode, but Selena just starting crying immediately because her scheming did not work out. Just very fun to watch, in my opinion.
So I write these notes as I go, and I rarely ever go back and revise. And I can tell you right now, I did not do that today. So I'm looking at my notes for this segment and how prescient they are, you know. But look, Selena's been playing both sides the entire time. She thinks she's super subtle about it. So I want to know why she wants to play this game, because obviously, I mean, I guess if it's the ends justify the means, but like people are going to see this episode after. Like, does she think that the production's going to protect her? And so like she's putting all this shit out there. And not only that, she's lying to Aura's face at the fucking mirror. And then
you're my peck.
Yeah. And I'm like,
so sad.
Yeah, crying and everything.
Downtrodden.
And I'm like, bitch, you have already said in confessional that you were going to betray. You were not going to ever give her the point.
And I live.
Yes. And then, but then what my thing is like, fine, play this game, do that game. But then don't bitch when people figure the shit out and it doesn't go your way. And
There's a lot of that going on.
But I wrote that in the notes, not knowing what was going to happen. Mm-hmm. And so, like, as we see, she's going to bitch when things don't go her way. Those are my only notes here. But just Selena was driving me crazy in this segment. And
I had one addendum to that, which is that she says in her confessional, a pinky promise means a lot where I come from.
Yeah.
And I know that we talked about this ad nauseum, but like, where the fuck is that Selena S Titties? Where are you from? And why is the pinky promise so sacred there?
I don't know.
Okay,
in
so
Honduras?
I Googled it.
Googled what? Where is she from?
So she's kind of low-key from the 209 as well, from Stockton, but she also spent some time in SF and Daly City, like she's in fucking La Mission herself. So that means that we come from similar-ish social environments.
Clocks. But you know, it's funny because I was thinking about this I wonder if her name, I know it's going to be very obvious to a lot of people, but she doesn't spell Selena like the Mexican Tejano pop star Selena Quintanilla, right?
No, she spells it like Selena in accounting.
No, she spells it like Salinas, the town. I think that's what the S Titties is.
Oh, you know the town?
Kmart?
I didn't know everyone knew Salinas.
Yeah, there's isn't there even a county, a Salinas County too?
There may be.
But there's a town called in Central California in that area called Salinas. And I'm wondering because it's Selena S Titties. Anyway,
I grew up, like I said, in like similar-ish neighborhoods that Selena seemed to have grown up in, and I don't know that a pinky promise is as sacred as she was saying in that confessional. Obviously, it's not that serious, but I was just cackling at the stupidity.
It's not that
all.
serious because she was going to betray it immediately before even the pinky promise was made.
Yeah,
she planned to betray it. All right. Okay. Any other thoughts on that whole segment?
No, just I thought it was a fun intro for sure.
All right. Very good. The next day, RuPaul entered the workroom and announced this week's mini challenge, Slap Out of It. It was basically a reading challenge where the roasted girl gets to slap each queen. Silky was named the winner. I mean, I thought it was fun. I think Silky was the right winner, but I don't know if you have a lot of thoughts on this.
2 quick notes. One, that obviously RuPaul's not slapping the girls himself after the Asia O'Hara sitch. And then this episode actually confirmed a long-running private theory I've held, which is that the queens aren't writing these reads before the slap. Mm-hmm. Because they present it as if they came up with them, but they're consistently in the same level of wit that a lot of these queens don't exhibit in other like parts of the show. You know what I mean? So like, I don't believe that a lot of those reads were, and this goes back to all the way back when they started this in season 10, it just has never felt to me like this is material they've written themselves. And so when April said the Beauty and the Beast thing, and she didn't properly deliver the Alyssa Edwards boost.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, this is proof in the pudding that she got that as a script, didn't connect it with that reference, and is just reading it point blank.
Yeah, April, I think you're right. And especially since this was a new bit, I think they really wanted to make sure it hit, so to speak. So
dumb.
And really, pun was not intended there. But then I said, I go, oh, didn't think about it.
Yeah.
And so, I think I agree with you on that one. Any other thoughts?
No, it's fun. It's fun. Like I said, I know they're written for the queens because they're consistently of a somewhat higher quality than I know they can write themselves.
Well, I remember Julianne,
shit, but it's true.
Julianne during the interview refused to comment whether they pre-wrote those jokes for them, which I think to me confirmed that they knew.
We know that.
Yeah,
we know.
But I mean, it was even more confirmed when LaToya was on, and she fucking what was the joke she made that was clear she doesn't know the reference? She made a reference to an old episode. Yeah, and I was like, okay, girl, you don't know what that means.
It certainly wasn't Ivy Winters.
Oh, I know. And then for this week's Maxi Challenge, the girls make over 6 gay dads into members of their drag families. Later in the workroom, the girls and dads get to know each other and plan out their runways. On the main stage, the girls teach their dads how to walk. And then, look, there's so little to say. It's Elimination Day, and the girls and dads get ready for the runway. Before the dads arrive, Selena makes a pact with Crystal and April. Later, Selena makes a pact with Aura for points as well, but Aura wonders whether Selena will stick to the agreement. Later with the dads, Silky questions her decision about her dad and whether she should have chosen a black partner. Let's go piece by piece here. Choosing the dads, meeting the dads, planning with the dads in the workroom, the main stage. Any big thoughts there?
Well, when Ru said that the makeover was for gay dads, I fully expected one Adam Salandra to walk in.
Hey, you know what? I was thinking the same thing. I was like, because he's good at keeping secrets, so I could see him being like, I can't tell you, right? Especially you. And I was like, is Adam Salandra or Sean, the husband Salandra, going to show up? No, I was floored.
I was disappointed. I was like, what the fuck, bitch? Why do we have gay friends in media if they're not showing up on our gay TV shows?
Yeah, I was shocked.
I'm having to carry the load there. Ugh.
Yeah. Okay, we get your semen joke.
I was also cackling at this editing bit where when the fathers lined up, it showed the Filipino guy and then it cut to Aura and then it showed the Puerto Rican guy and then it cut to April. I was like, do we need to do that?
I will say it worked because I was thinking like, oh, that guy should go with Aura and that guy should go with April. So it worked.
It was so silly. Those are my thoughts on that part. Well, I mean, just I think continuing down. So like Anton's meeting with Crystal, and he has the nerve and the gall and the gumption to read Crystal's drag in front of her, to her.
Hey, look, a queen's gonna have a queen.
Anton is definitely very handsome, very well built, love a pediatrician. Obviously, they're doing God's work, but don't come for my queen's immensely, maybe not entirely unique, but certainly like fresh take on drag in front of her, especially when she's lauded for her makeover win in the previous season that she was on.
I have a question for you. I was thinking about this during the show because it was so interesting. I thought about other things. Let's say one season Drag Race decides to do a makeover, but of Drag Race recap podcasters. Like, in other words, not the show Drag Race recap, but podcasts that recap RuPaul's Drag Race.
I hope they'd have Willem.
And if they, and let's say they hit up Afterthought, they say, who would you have send as your representative? Who would you send from Afterthought as your representative? And you can name yourself if you want.
There's no doubt it'd be you, sister. You've already been on Drag Race. I've seen your visage on those reunions that you hate so.
No, it would not be me.
If it's not going to be you, then I think we'd have to send Christian for the bit.
I was thinking the same thing too, but I was like, would he play well on TV or would they hate him the way they hate him here?
I think that we'd get strong reactions in both directions. As per par.
Yeah. You're right. I was in the same boat as you. I was thinking Christian, or maybe, as we said, or do you know what? Jay might be a good representative.
Jay would be great, no doubt. But I mean, I think if you wanted someone to make a name for Afterthought and market it properly, I think also Lori would be a good choice. She is the most popular in the rankings consistently.
Oh, did you listen to the show where Lori and Star ranked you and they're number 2?
I didn't, but you did text me about it. And I'm like, thank you, y'all. I appreciate your vote of confidence.
Record, Lori and Star, Lori and Star both ranked Lori as number 1. Star makes sense. She's the wife. That's the wife. But Lori ranking herself number 1?
As Vivacious said this episode, because I guess she actually does watch Drag Race. Facts are facts, America.
Any other thought? Now, by the way, we're including the workroom, the main stage when they did the walk and stuff like that. You can even do Elimination Day here if you want.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I have more stuff to say. One is that Silky confesses that she wants kids, and I'm like, oh, Lord, heaven, sky above. Like, some people have kids and they mellow out, but then some people have kids and then the kid's writing a book like, I'm glad my mother's dead. It's just like, I don't know if Silky's the individual I'd be supporting to have children.
Yeah, I don't think I would want Selena to have. I'm not Selena. I don't. Her too, but I wouldn't want Silky to have children.
Yeah, tell us how you really feel. And then this was a really tiny reference. I don't know if April meant it intentionally or maybe it's like a Puerto Rican like thing. But she referenced, maybe unintentionally, Candy Hope and saying that something was like down my alley or on my alley or something. She didn't say it right.
I heard that. It must be because in Spanish, must be like the direct translation is like that.
Yeah, okay, then that's probably more likely what happened. But I appreciated again, I don't know if the edit kept it in, knowing that was some kind of similar vocal faux pas that they said, but I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then also in like funny ethnic racial moments this episode, Selena introduces the 2 Filipino individuals in the room then just like nods sagely while they're like talking.
Speaking in Tagalog. Yeah.
It was so strange. And I've said a million times that obviously Filipinos are Latinos' cousins. So I guess Selena can be, she can feel a little responsible for that, I guess. Yeah.
I like at one point, I don't know who Selena was talking to, but she said that she used to be hood rap, but now she's more corporate.
Yeah, I was like, to who, girl?
And I was like, well, no, to me, it was like admitting what everybody had pointed out was that the code switching. So that in her first season, that's when people thought she was like putting on some sort of like, you know, Latino affectation. And then this time she's not. And I think it was sort of like acknowledging that. Elimination Day, any big thoughts?
Well, the gay dad conversation I thought was really sweet. In general, you know, I aspire to someday be a gay father when work doesn't have me hustling.
Oh, you want to be a dad
7.
too?
Yeah, this is like old. We talked about this in previous seasons, I think.
I have no interest in that. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, that's fine. Not everyone needs to be a parent.
Yeah.
But
apparently.
I found it so funny how one dad was like, the teacher was like, oh, it's so hard being closeted and kids ask me questions and I have to dodge them and it's so sad because I want to represent. Life is so hard. And then his Leo attention hungry husband right after is like, oh my God, I fucking love my company. They let me be gay and I'm having a great time and they paid for IVF and it was fabulous. And I'm like, do you not? So this is what it's like in your home?
So you know what you just reminded me of is for a long time in my SAT career, it was kind of like a don't say gay kind of self-policy I had. I didn't hide it, but I just didn't talk about it, right?
My mom listened to an episode and thought you were straight. And I was like, oh, Lord.
Okay, she needs to.
Well, she also thought I was straight until I came out. I'm like, girl, I literally have videos of me saying, at 7 years old, like, I'm not getting no girlfriend, okay? Like,
you were like that boy in that... what's that that kids speak videos?
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah. No, the hands was flailing. That's for sure.
I just wouldn't talk about it. It would come up or I'd skirt the subject, whatever. And I remember exactly where I was. I was in a classroom and I was putting something away. My back was to the class. And then one Tomas Colton.
Oh, my queen.
That's the mutual friend Robert and I have.
Now a father as well.
Yeah. Now a gay daddy. He starts quoting one of my comedy bits about me being gay.
Oh, he got your ass?
Out loud in the class. I remember I froze. And when I turned around, they were all laughing and laughing and laughing. They had Googled me. They had found the videos and everything. I was like, motherfucker. And then from then on, I was
laughing and pointing at you.
Well, from then on, I was out in my company. Elimination Day. These queens. Okay, so they're all talking about how fucking nervous they are, and I guess they should be. But I think the nerves, the way they're expressed, I feel that the makeover challenge should be so joyful and so fun, but the way that they use it so that the judging can be as malleable as they want, and use it to obfuscate what they want to accomplish, and it's the one challenge where they can just make it whatever they want. They'll just use whatever fucking stupid excuse they want. It's very disheartening. I hate
the very flexible criteria for sure.
I do love that they put in Ross challenging Michelle in this.
Well, Ross should have challenged Selena to make it entertaining, but we didn't get that.
I was even thinking they might put it on Untucked. They really did not have any sort of moment like that. I could actually see it not being the regular episode because it would take too much explaining the lore. But it's something you could have put in Untucked.
I think they could have made a throwaway joke to it and just had it be one line. And the girls who know. They do that often enough.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well. Any other thoughts?
No, not until the actual thing. Except I do want to comment that I do think that maybe it's the fathers are exhausted from changing diapers and figuring out where to change their babies on the highway, but they were just generally a very subdued group.
Yeah. Which I don't think would have changed if Solandra would have been there. Am I wrong?
I'm sick of trivia drama.
What does it do with trivia drama?
Oh,
he's just not the most exciting person. He's not the Selena S Titties of gay dads. He would have been like these guys. Maybe there's something about being a gay dad that makes you like that tames the fire, tempers the flame. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. They're tired from everyone being like, so who's the mom?
Oh, they didn't say that, but that's what comes up.
Yeah. So who breastfed them?
I mean, I did kind of in a roundabout way ask Solandra who was the mom.
There you have it. You are a part of the problem.
Well, I didn't ask it in that way. It's so funny how their life, I think Selena talked about that on the show that he was on. The way that their lives are sort of, it just sort of naturally fell that way. He works from home. The husband doesn't.
Those days. It exists now.
He was wearing an apron and pearls during the show. You guys didn't see it.
I'm certainly a pearl necklace.
Yeah, that was a pearl necklace, or I don't know if it was from Sean or not. I don't know who gave it to him. But anyway, let's go to the runway. Drag family resemblance. You said you had a lot of notes here. What are they?
Yeah, like running down. So Silky did this thing in Canada versus the World, and you may remember me saying during Meet the Queens that Silky's like frequent attempt to make moments just generally irritate me because they tend to be very clunky. And in Canada versus the World, she'd always hold her finger up before a lip sync because she's like, I'm about to do one thing. I'm about to do the thing. And I'm just like, it's just not giving
on the
what you
runway.
think it's giving, yeah.
Okay.
And she was about so she did that. She referenced her little one finger up bit during her runway, and I'm like, oh god, Silky Nutmeg Ganache. But whatever. And then we went next to, well, actually, Janelle James, who I thought in general was going to be a great guest judge. She looked at Silky's runway and made like a very tired Memoirs of a Geisha, like get it joke.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
You need to go for better references. Like one of my favorites is from All Stars 3. I think it was Bibi Zahara Benet came out, and RuPaul's like, the Miss Thing dynasty. And it's definitely like borderline offensive, but it's so fucking funny to me. Anyways, that's my thought on Silky's runway. Generally, as usual, kind of sloppy, but she is what she is. I thought Aura's was really good, but on the flip side, far too curated and sort of predefined. What did she do? Just put it on, right?
Yeah, it sounds like it, yeah.
It was very clean, but just maybe too much so. And then next was Selena, who I thought looked fantastic. She did a much better version of the bullshit that Gottmik won the ball bag for back in season 13. And we've seen a few different Zoot Suit references / interpretations over the years, but in the vein that I'm often frustrated with Selena for kind of like mimicking Chola affectations and stuff,
Yes.
I really appreciated this homage, actually.
Okay.
It felt authentic and good to me.
Okay.
What'd you think?
Well, like you said, like they mentioned it during the critiques, and I was like, this fucking bitch with, and I have two sides to this. With her fucking absconding of Chicano culture. But then there's a part of me that's, sort of, I think the problem that people from other countries, other Latin American countries run into specifically more Southern California or any part of the Southwest, is people just assume they're Mexican. So it's one of these things that if people assume you're Mexican, I guess you grow up around them, just fucking go for it. So like,
well, I'm sure the Zoot Suit riots weren't limited to just Mexican Americans / Chicanos. Like any Latino person, I'm sure was grouped up in the politicization there.
Okay, Robert, do you want to? Now Robert having plunging the show into Chicano history, but he's talking about is it the Sleepy Hollow? Not Sleepy Hollow. It's the Sleepy Lagoon murder thing. Are you talking about the Usual Suspect stuff?
I don't really remember that component of it. I'm familiar with like a series of like continuous clashes with the police.
Yeah.
I think it was in LA, but also probably in San Francisco as well, where they were effectively just like attacking, basically anyone with dark skin. So then they started wearing the Zoot Suits like as a sign of resistance.
So I thought you were referring to, and maybe partially you are, even inadvertently, I think a lot of these clashes happened because in 1940s Los Angeles, there was a murder of a young Latino in a Zoot Suit. And the police kind of did a roundup the Usual Suspects thing and just arrested a bunch of Latinos just because they wore Zoot Suits. And then this led to like the riots and whatnot. I don't know how far it spread. I don't know anything about it, but it's considered a landmark moment in sort of like Chicano history. And there's actually a play / musical called Zoot Suit about this murder and the resulting drama.
Yeah, that was Jose.
It.
I remember Jose Diaz, the name. I don't remember Sleepy Lagoon or whatever. That sounds like a
Sleepy Lagoon was the name of the place where they found his body.
Got it. Okay, yeah, I don't remember that part, but
yeah.
I learned what I learned.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't there, so
yeah. And this goes into Mexican culture. There's been a lot of in my family like renewed interest in like studying our forefathers, right? And so I have an uncle, like my grandmother's brother, great uncle, who was a Zoot Suiter, but he died in the late 60s from leukemia, but had no children. I could literally do a whole episode about the mystery of his life.
Is he a confirmed bachelor?
No, the opposite, girl.
Oh,
opposite, like a total fucking like male slut, male whore.
So an actual bachelor.
Yeah. No, but he eventually got married, and that's where some of the drama comes from. And anyway, but like he's been coming up, but there's a lot of pictures of him and that we've been looking at. and he's like dressed like. Richard sent me some just the other day. He's dressed, like sort of that era. Oh no, my camera's not on, so you can't see it. Never mind. Maybe what if I can turn it on still? Oh yeah, I can.
Oh hey.
Yeah.
Okay. I love a sepia picture. I used to think that the world was actually in sepia back then.
I thought when I was a child, I thought until color film was invented. Well, no, I didn't think color film was invented. I thought the world just turned to color. And like in Wizard of Oz, like Dorothy walked through the fucking door. And
to be
then
a kid.
Cameras were just capturing the reality of what happened.
I mean, yeah, when I see, like I mentioned earlier, like the old videos the home videos that my mom has of us, like I see the world through the grainy quality of a camcorder back in the 80s, 90s. I'm like, It really did be looking like that. Like, I think that it's in low definition. And then later we discovered that the world was in high definition.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hey, I lived it and I feel that way. Okay, go on with your runway.
Next was Crystal the Methyd, and I was writing the note, this is the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence, and because it's such a long fucking title, I probably got halfway through Perpetual when then she said outright on the runway, this is an homage to Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence. So I was like, okay, slay, I got the reference, yay. Which I imagine it's actually it should be a pretty well-known one. So
what'd you think of the look?
I liked it. It was definitely really busy in a standard Crystal way. But I think if a queen like, let's say one of our faves, Matraka, had worn it, we would live for it. So we should therefore also live for it on Crystal.
I was a big fan of it, actually. I very much liked it. I thought out of the box, and I thought the way it was critiqued so harshly, particularly from Michelle, really did highlight the manipulation going on here.
Sure. Yeah, which is kind of also a good thing because I think as we said at the Meet the Queens, it's very easy to know that Silky and Crystal were going to move forward to the merge. Mm-hmm. And so they kind of pulled her a little bit to make sure that they weren't getting as many rigging accusations, I think.
Yeah. And look, here's the deal. I will say this, and I actually can't speculate about how the judging went or whatnot, but like, I do ultimately, and just tip my hand here, agree, like, I think Vivacious did a fantastic job, and I think Selena did a fantastic job on the look. So, like, it wasn't undeserved.
No, well, Vivacious is my next one, actually.
Yeah.
And so I wrote "Come On Hand Swing," which is just silly. And then I didn't understand why Ornacia was basically like an uncut dick. Like, why is she emerging from the foreskin?
Why not?
It just was very strange to me, and I do think the outfits were not so stellar that I'm very happy that Vivacious won for the joy of it, but I do think that other people did better on the challenge, even if I enjoy an Ornacia foreskin moment.
I live for it. I love me some Vivacious. I wish there was a non-competitive version of this show where we could just sort of live for and live, just breathe in the same air as Vivacious. I thought she was a total joy this whole run. I really like seeing her on the screen.
Yeah, same. There's not a single, like last week's tractor look was probably the only moment I liked of that whole episode.
Well, did you see the tea on that?
Yeah, like her designer had basically ghosted her about it, and so she had to assemble it herself.
In 11 hours. And
11 hours is a long time, girl. That's like a standard shift for me.
But what? Okay. And so
I said I expect you're tired of hearing it.
Have you ever seen that meme about how you prayed for the job that you're bitching about the job, but it's the same job that you prayed that you would get it?
Of course. There was a moment during The Devil Wears Prada 2 where Nigel grabs Andy and says, "You wanted this job. You needed this job. You're going to figure out how to do this job." And it shook me to my core, girl.
This is one of the things, like, and it's not as bad as Dragula, but like where they don't really acknowledge that designers make these. And I feel when things like this happen, I don't know what you do here. They don't give you any grace, and I always think that's so weird. And the same thing happened, not to turn into Robert Mata here. The same thing happened to me at Spotify. When my producers, they gave everyone producers for this final thing, literally, like, they didn't ghost me, but they just pretty much gave up like 48 hours before everything was due. And Spotify was like, they were like, okay, if you don't get it in on time, and I had like 12 hours or something, we'll take it, but you won't be competitive for the win, right?
Thanks, I guess.
So I got it in on time, and she still won. But there's no grace given.
And you know what you won? Additional bureaucratic frustration as the years trickled
exactly.
by.
Careful what you wish for. No, I did get some cash with it too, but yeah. All right. Anything else?
Next and last was April, and I didn't fully understand her thought process in doing a redemption look from the one thing that she's really remembered from season 6 for. It was I thought like a kind of a strangest choice to make, and an underwhelming one.
I also thought her name was the least creative or funny.
Mayflowers.
Well, no, it was May Carry On.
Oh, was it May Carry On?
Mm-hmm.
I got it.
Mayflowers I would have liked better.
Mayflowers. Well, you know, she is a big fan of the colonization of the United States of America. As a Puerto Rican, there are several layers to this.
Her name should have been Keep Calm.
We're deeper in colonization over here.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm going to lean in.
Thank you, Sheryl Sandberg.
Any other thoughts?
The boys, the dads, the fathers, the gay guys, they did a number to Too Many Daddies. And I was hoping this was going to be the case because to me, it's so fucking random and in a good way that they pulled Violet Chachki's number that she performed at the season 7 finale for this little performance.
Oh, you were hoping they would?
Well, when they said that they were going to do the Too Many Daddies song, I was like, is that like something new that like Leland's Overbite had just like created, or are we going to get the old season 7 like reference? And we did. I'm hoping next episode we get Sleepwalker.
And once again, like I said, I was thinking like, this is a catchy little tune. I know you guys hate to hear it, but this fucking what's his name was really good at that shit. Lucian Piani.
Lucian Piani.
He could write a toe tapper.
The realness will forever be on in this household.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on here. On the main stage, judges gave their critiques. Later, Selena S, Titties, and Vivacious were named the top 2 All-Stars of the week, forcing them to face off in a lip-sync battle for the extra point. The song... you want to say it?
Super bass. Actually, that sounds nothing like... I don't know why I said it that way.
Almost like super freak. She's super freaky. After the lip sync, Selena is named the winner of the lip sync, giving her the extra point and tying her for first place with Crystal Methyd. Later, during the final point distribution, Silky goes back on her word with Crystal and Aura to give them her point. Who had each goes back on her word with Crystal and Aura to give them her point. I wrote this all wrong. And they had each given Silky their points, is what I'm saying. April, the last queen to give her point, gives it to Crystal Methyd, giving her the lead and securing her spot along with Silky in the semifinals. The episode ends with Selena tells off Aura, betraying their alliance. Robert, this is before, we haven't gotten to Untucked yet. Robert, were the right 2 queens in the top? Let's stop there. Were the right 2 queens in the top?
I adore Vivacious beyond what's reasonable, but I do think that Crystal maybe should have been in the top 2.
I could buy into that.
Selena definitely should have been in the top.
Yeah.
She's redeemed herself for me, I think. As long as she's not yelling and faking being a chola, I'm good with the gal.
Then you shouldn't be good with her. All right, what next question? Did the right queen win the lip sync?
Yeah. I mean, it was not a particularly stellar performance, and even as I said, I had been looking forward to that song before this whole Nicki Minaj turn, so it's kind of like a weird thing to witness regardless.
And did the right 2 queens move on to the semifinals?
Yes, if only because we knew it was a foregone conclusion. But there was like a moment after Silky had basically gamed the system and lied to everyone, and she's trying to hide behind her mirror the way that she was trying to hide behind someone's drink when she got clocked being in PV during prime COVID. And I just like... in the way that Selena's kind of redeemed herself to me, I just continue. I'm sorry. I know that not everyone agrees with this line of thought. I just don't like this Silky Nutmeg Ganache yet because she still thinks that she's the smartest person in the room, and she's just kind of being manipulative and just really sloppy about it all.
Well, I know people like this, and she was definitely coming from the school of thought of I don't know what the bastardization of this would be, but it's better to ask for forgiveness than for permission.
No, that was exactly it. But she doesn't ask for forgiveness intelligently, earnestly, or authentically. That's kind of her intended way out from being squirrely and weaselly. And therefore, the apology falls entirely flat.
Yeah. In fact, she's kind of lucky.
There is the manipulation.
She's kind of lucky that Selena had her moment, because I think otherwise she would have been sort of seen as the villain. She kind of slicked by. She was Teflon about it and kind of like, skated by on that because everybody was focused on Selena.
Yeah, and we'll talk about Untucked in a sec, but right before my last note on the main episode is that I appreciated that in the moment that Crystal was shitting bricks, April came through with the LA Tina Alliance and basically said, I'd love to have you represent us and Latina, like this bracket and Latino people. So here's your point. She gets to move forward with it. I actually appreciated that like narrative arc. And then also the silliness that Selena thought that the LA Tina Alliance was going to work out for her.
She's already smiling in appreciation.
It's so funny. Crystal Methyd for the win. I'm saying I'm finally happy to have a Latina All-Star winner. If of course she gets it.
Honestly, well, we haven't seen how Kennedy performs, but right now, like, I don't know. We'll see. She is definitely a top contender because who went from the last two?
It was Akira and Dawn, which I don't think Dawn's gonna be anything worth watching.
If you're having me pick one from each bracket, it seems to me the competition is Akira, Crystal versus Kennedy. This is me assuming Kennedy does well.
Well, I think for the wild card, Morgan and Selena have a really great amount of momentum behind them, and I think that could be a really fun storyline to take them to the end if they're chosen as well.
It sounds like what they're doing is they're picking 3 people, and then there's a random drawing among those 3.
Well, it better be Morgan, Selena, and we'll see who the third one is from next bracket.
But I sort of feel like, if I remember, I don't remember last season that well, but we don't see them draw the ball. I feel like the person just shows up.
In terms of game show rules, can they like say that it's random, but then not have it random? And is that like legally proper?
I know they have a lot more flexibility because it's a talent show. So they have a lot more flexibility. I thought it was the opposite, that being a game show gives you more flexibility than being a talent show. No, game shows are like literally like regulated by the government. There's like literally like lawyers and government representatives there, and like people can't like a friend of mine wrote for Win Ben Stein's Money. Oh, that might be one of those things you're not aware of. Do you know what Win Ben Stein's Money?
I don't know what that is.
Okay. Remember the guy from Ferris Bueller's Day Off that's like Bueller?
Yeah, the teacher.
Okay. His name's Ben Stein. He sold himself as really smart. So like in the early 2000s, there was a Comedy Central game show called Win Ben Stein's Money, right? Okay. And on that show, what I found out from my friend was, again, because it's a game show, it's money, it's all real, is you actually won money from his paycheck if he didn't win, right? Like he didn't get paid. He could potentially not get paid that episode. And that
Ben Stein know the accountants were pissed about that.
Yeah, Ben Stein was very stressed about this every episode. But there were these rules, like Ben couldn't talk to the writers. He couldn't talk to, like there was like who could talk to who was sequestered, like all this. There was a lot going on. You know what's so funny is he worked on another show, and I think I saw someone talk about this, that I'm surprised they haven't brought back, because I think in this era, again, this was from the early 2000s, it would do really well. The show was called Beat the Geeks, okay? And they would have on, every episode would be different, but they would have on an expert in some super niche topic, and then just bring
on your engines. Yeah. I'm showing up.
So it would be something like, it could be like RuPaul's Drag Race, and then they would have a person who knows casually about RuPaul's Drag Race.
Oh my God, 90s JRPGs. I'm coming,
yes,
ladies.
It was stuff like that. Pokemon. It could be 90. It could be anything.
Pokemon's
every episode
like the
was
most
a different
mainstream thing in the world. Girl.
It was like different. But sometimes they were like an expert in Indiana Jones or Harry Potter. That would be probably another big one. You know,
we're moving on. We're moving on.
What do you mean?
I'm trying to not let that particular past hyper interest like come out anymore.
Oh, really? Why?
Because J.K. Rowling continues to be just such a rotted piece of shit.
Yeah, whatever. So, I don't know. I'm one of those like separate the art from the artist kind of people.
Okay, Chris Brown.
Oh, like I would support Chris Brown?
That's a lot of people use that justification to still listen to his music.
I don't listen to his music, so I don't have a problem with that part.
Okay, Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson makes good music.
So Beat the Geek.
It is very Pied Piper-esque, which is really creepy because even now, there's something about the beats and the music that he created that little fucking kids just fucking, it speaks to them like the goddamn Pied Piper. Like all these like videos of little kids who just fucking just live for Michael Jackson. Thank you. Anyway. Well, okay, so go ahead with the way that the point distribution went.
Oh, I was done.
Oh, okay. So then what happened at the very end of the episode, so just to give a brief rundown for people who don't watch the show, here's what happened, is they go down the line, Aura and had an agreement with Silky, and Silky had an agreement with Crystal that she would give them their points separately. And she then gets out of it by giving her point to April, which destroys Crystal because she was sort of relying on that point to move forward. So now she's nerviosa. Okay. Then Aura.
Not nerviosa.
The end. Aura is, she's promised Silky her point, and she's promised, tacitly promised her point to Selena. And Selena even whispers peck to her as they approach the stage and whatnot. And
like a Pokemon, like Picky Peck herself.
And Aura gives her point to Silky. Silky gives her point to fucking April Carry-On, right? And then Vivacious gives her point to Silky? I believe so.
Yeah, maybe. Vivacious's point was basically not really a factor.
Oh, no. So she didn't have a point because she won. She didn't have a point.
Oh, yeah, good point. Yeah. There you have it. See, that's why I don't remember.
So Crystal, so now it's down to April. And April starts giving this speech about how she's going to give it to her Latina sister, and she's so happy that she can help her move forward and be the one to blah, blah, blah. And this Selena is beaming from ear to ear, thinking that the point's going to her. And then she turns it around and she's giving it to fucking Crystal Methyd, and the face just drops, all this stuff. And then the girls leave the stage, and then it cuts to this total ADR thing where they put the audio from Untucked later, where they make it seem like it happens right immediately off stage, where Selena goes, I don't want to hear it, Aura, I don't want to hear it.
You're supposed to give me your point.
And then RuPaul and Michelle in voiceover go like, ooh, Untucked is going to be good, right? So let's talk about Untucked.
For sure.
Yeah, let's talk about this Untucked. Later on Untucked, the girls bicker about what transpired on the main stage. This is the last 7 minutes of Untucked for people who are interested, is when we see all this. A lot of it, I will say, Selena bickering is a very small part of it. A lot of it is Silky grandstanding. But what did you think about this, Robert?
Well, I mentioned earlier in the episode that Vivacious said Fax America, like as a reference to Monique or Mo Hart these days. Mm-hmm. And she also said when the girls started fighting at the beginning, she's like, don't take it personal. It's just drag. Also kind of misquoting another famous drag race. I just love Vivacious kind of making drag race references, but also kind of butchering them at the same time. My queen. I live for that girl. That lady. Excuse me. Just funny to me. I will forever laugh at Selena S. Titties screaming about, I'm never talking to April again. It's just so fucking funny to me. I don't even know why, because I guess maybe I'm witnessing the dissolution of a drag queer friendship on TV and I'm supposed to be sad. Yeah. But the histrionics of, I'm never talking to April again is so funny to me.
What I want to know, and be very curious, see Davenport, is...
You carry Chanel down the port.
Is now that the episode's aired and we've now seen the machinations that Selena was doing and she was speaking about openly in confessionals, how are you Selena and showing your face again?
Well, because every queen who wasn't named Crystal or Vivacious are fucking mentirosas this episode. Everyone lied. Mm-hmm. Sorry, now I'm yelling like Selena. Silky was lying
Not
out of
Selena.
her fucking ass. She asked me. She told me she was going to give me the fucking MVP point at this stage.
Yeah.
Aura was lying to Selena, trying to justify like, oh, I forgot that I could give the point to the top two. That is a bold face.
She should have stood on business.
That was such a stupid lie.
She should have put the business down, got a step stool, and stood on it and been like, bitch, I saw you around the room talking to every fuck. Because here's the deal, and I hate to be saying this again. I've been in that workroom. It is not that big. It's smaller. It's not tiny, but it's smaller than you think it is. About the size of a basketball court, right? So you see someone walking around, you could see what these bitches are doing.
I think it's smaller than a basketball court.
It
honestly.
might be. I was just estimating.
When's the last time you were at an NBA game, sister?
I don't even know what basketball is, if I'm being honest with you.
So true.
I just used a word that I heard around. So, like you can see, you can't hide in that room. It's not very big. Okay. So, she could see her going room, person to person, whispering and whispering. She was right to make the decision that she did. But she should have stood on business right there.
Exactly. But that's it. I respected the fact that she was, decided to do something manipulative herself, but then to lie about it when it's so obviously false. Like, you really think we're all so dumb that we're going to believe that you forgot you could give a point to the top two? How insulting.
Yeah. So I live for it. Again, so I didn't watch the first, 18 minutes, but I don't know if you did. But
no, how many times must I repeat that? I don't got fucking time like that.
All right. Any other big thoughts you want to give on this episode, Robert?
Well, I guess we might as well just finish off the Untucked by really at least saying it just really annoyed me that when Selena is talking to Silky like a mob boss and trying to give her the business about her betrayal, which is just camp in and of itself, Silky does what Silky loves to do, and when feeling cornered, she just starts screaming nonsense. And I'm like, must we?
Yeah. Well, I think that she didn't like the attention not being on her the whole time.
Well, that's also it. Is it that because she wasn't the center of the narrative, despite the fact that she was doing nefarious trickery, she still needed to make sure that everyone was looking at her. Like, let me sit on the floor and just like stretch out like a starfish and in my good fashion Nova. I'm like, oh my God, no, ma'am. We knew that she was going to move on, so it's fine. I actually, despite my exhaustion with her antics, I don't hate the gal. She's just not like my favorite drag queen on the show.
Well, I think what you're kind of speaking to, that in terms of television and whatnot, she gilds the lily. She doesn't need to do as much to be compelling television.
No, when she was a little bit more laid back earlier in the episode, I was perfectly fine with one Silky Nutmeg Ganache.
Yeah.
It's when she has to pick up Miley Cyrus. It's when she has to throw her outfit off. It's when she has to splat on the ground. It's like, that's not necessary.
Yeah. Anything else, Roberta?
Yeah, it was a fun episode. It was good to recap it with you, girlie. I don't know the next time we'll be doing an episode, actually.
Yeah, I don't know. We're not gonna be friends anymore. But I know next time we're gonna be doing an episode.
Literally fucking seeing you in 3 days.
We're gonna be doing an episode when you and I get together to meet the queens of bracket 3, 000, which will be coming out later this week. Robert, we already recorded it, everybody. So, all right. On that note, that's going to do it for this week's episode of RuPaul's Drag Race Recap. Be sure to, again, the curse. I said this is going to be a short episode. It's probably one of the longer ones.
I knew it.
You got to go on all your dumb tangents. Be sure to join us next weekend every week as we continue to discuss, dissect, and deconstruct each brand new episode of RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars Season 11. So, for Robert Mata and myself,
if you can't love yourself, then how in the hell are you going to love Stop That Train in theaters June 12th?
Close your eyes. Focus. Listen to work getting done with Monday.com. Relax as AI does the manual work, while your teams are aligned on a single source of truth. Feel the sensation of an AI work platform, so flexible and intuitive, it feels like it was built just for you. Notice you're limitless. Now open your eyes, go to Monday.com, start for free, and finally, breathe.